Just talking about chillings. Let's play some Magic. Alright. Jeskai Firewalker. So last time we played Jeskai Fires of Invention, we played the build that had the 8 Cavaliers in it, and I was a pretty big fan of that build. This build not only has a bunch of Planeswalkers in it, but also has 3 copies of Kenrith the Returned King, and we can use it to gain life and draw cards. My sub ran out, but this is neat. Hey, good morning, Esteban. I appreciate the kind of engagement with non-subs. I've been meaning to go out and subscribe. I'm currently between paychecks. Your show gets me through the day. And I know and other friends of mine appreciate your content. Good to have you here. I'm on mobile and checking to see if I can use my points. So if you see this, I can use my points. Oh, I wonder if it's just like not on iOS yet. What some people are saying they can use them on mobile and some people can't. I bet it's like on Android, not iOS, or vice versa. Super excited to be able to use my first 250 to send support. Been watching for years, don't have Prime money yet. You rock. Thanks, Morrissey. All right, let's jump on into a set and see how this goes. I'm interested. Last time we played a Walker's variation of Jeskai Fires, it felt reasonable, but it felt less powerful than the Cavalier version. Like, the Cavalier build was like a borderline combo deck that was going way over the top of people, and the Fires almost felt too fair in the Jeskai Planeswalker build last time. Hey, Chobo, thanks for doling out some sub-gifties. I also think that's gonna happen, which is great. There's a lot of people who gift subs consistently on this channel, and I think if some of the people who are regular sub-gifters see folks that are posting reasonable, thoughtful messages in chat, they'll gift subs to specific people instead of to just randomly, which will increase the quality of sub-gifts, I think, a little bit, which is good. And thanks for the support, Chobo. Timeouts aren't free for us plebs, but at least they're an option again. Love you, hit me mods. I assume we can time these messages out like normal. Look at that. God bless us, everyone. Turn 1 Giant Killer, turn 2 this Deafening Clarion's probably about to be great. I'm gonna grab my second white source since we have Realm-Cloaked Giant for later. Ugh. Oh, vomit. So this prevents non-combat damage. Yikes. Yikes. Alright, well. This kills Taijik. The question is going to be how much reach do they have after this? So we're down to 5. But if we draw, we could be dead. If we draw a land next turn, though, Kenrith lets us gain 5. So land, please. That's super unfortunate. I believe we're just dead, right? This creates a 1/2 that deals 2. Oh, wait. Yeah, I can cast this and scry. And then we can crack this. So I can't gain 2, but I can still sweep. So do I sweep the board here? If I sweep the board, I only have a 1/3 chance to die to this. So that's the line, right? I can type using an Android. Since you give your 10 minutes timeouts, can I get an hour and 10 to feel like part of the group? We got your rule. I'm on iOS, and I think I can use my points. Is this shown? By the way, I think this is an awesome idea. Thanks for making my workdays more tolerable. That is Bonsai. I can, in fact, see that. If the shilling is by my name, does that mean I'm a shill? I did reuse the 5K bit badge for the shilling icon, but I think it fits. I think it fits well. Alright, so we just got dumpstered there by an aggro deck. Taijik really did us in. Bringing in a bunch of cheap removal here. think I probably just want to drag the curve down a little bit. Yanling seems a little bit medium. What about Teferi? No, Fires only lets you cast spells on your turn. So I could have Teferi bounced the enchantment. You're right. I could have Teferi bounced the enchantment, meant I guaranteed wasn't dead on board. That's a better line. I should have done that. So this deck has a bunch of things to bring in on the bottom end. I don't know that I have a ton I really want to cut, though. I guess maybe Ugin. Maybe they're too aggressive and they're going to pressure her down. Like, I don't want to cut too many of my actual win conditions here. I feel like looking at this sideboard, I feel like whenever, and this is one of the things I talk about, you should think about like your matchups before you're boarding them a lot of the time. When you're building a deck, putting a deck together, like I'm looking at this sideboard, I'm going, oh, it feels like I have too many cards for this aggressive matchup because there's a lot of things I want to bring in and not a lot of things I want to cut. Which probably means the sideboard's a little bit imbalanced. One of the best ways to design your sideboards is to sit there and go through your matchups before you're actually playing them and make sure your ins and outs line up nicely. Yeah, I think they gave everyone 300 points to start. Because you get 300 points for following the channel initially. Yeah, maybe Deputy, I don't know. I feel like I have too many cards, Boshek. I don't want to like cut, like it's very easy to like bring in all of these cheap cards, but it's like if I'm bringing in all of these cheap cards, am I even supposed to have like fires in my deck? Like the fires in my deck gets worse and worse and worse every time I bring in more cheap cards, right? Because fires is supposed to be good because it makes me lots of mana. How many different rewards are there? There are, for subs, there's effectively 5 rewards. I guess if I plus this and they Taijik me here, I feel real bad. Robber's good for us. It means we get to Deafening Clarion next turn. So basically, from my understanding on the watch points versus passive points, you automatically get points for just watching the stream, but you can also click a button every 15 minutes to get a bonus, is my understanding. Bill Nye the Zombie Guy, thanks for the quarter of a year, I appreciate it. Thanks for not tabbing me out half as much as I deserve. Well, one of the rewards is posting a message in sub-only chat, which you can already do, subs. I guess I will gain my 500 shillings. I think one of the feedbacks I want to give is we can highlight to annoy you, which is good value. You're not wrong. Alright, they just played out Giant Killer, so do I just like play my Returned King here? I feel like I do. This is adorable. It is Jake in a pumpkin. That is great. Phaser, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Any idea if it works with IRC programs? I don't know the answer to that. You would dig through, Brian? Why? I think I want to just impact the board. Alright, Castle Vantress and a Sarkhan both sound great here. We are still on subscriber only mode. The point system thing allows non-subs to post messages on occasion, though, right? Yeah, essentially, we're at 20 versus aggro with Kenrith in play. They're probably dead. They're very, very likely dead. Hey, thanks for the quarter of a year, Fall Not Dead. Welcome back. Opponent decided that that was far enough over the top for them. Yeah, Sarkhan is real good. I think the deck's on the right thing. Just got on the right thing. Don't confuse me. I think this is a mulligan. I basically don't have any castable spells. Yeah, today's a short stream because the Mythic Championship's going on this afternoon. So doing. Confirming with this that you indeed redeem shillings on mobile. Sounds good, Sunshine. I think I'm bottoming this. I have like, this is 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems good. Yep, yeah, collecting bonuses pops right up next to the current shillings, which is great. Clarion, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What will be the breakout deck for today, in your opinion? I mean, can there really be a breakout deck? It's not, it's like free to play speech, right? I think I'm going to shock this in, and the reason why I'm shocking this in is because I would like to be able to Bonecrusher Giant what's it called? The Taijik. I can also kill this so they can't draw more cards off my deck. The fact that this card is like a 2 and a 3 is just so good. Can I complain? Stayed to work from home today. Water is shut down for the whole day. Restroom service denied in my own home. Tilt. Is going into work an option? The like consideration? Oh geez, we could time wipe and pick this back up next turn too, which is hot. Alright, I'm gonna grab this castle, I think, as an untapped land and then a shock here. This is why I can play time wipe without shocking next turn. Big hopes for the lone mono red, yeah. There's no teamer and there's no reasonable aristocrats decks. I have no horses in this Mythic Championship race. And like I tweeted this morning, the Mythic Championship is basically a dead format. Like, there's a ban list update coming on Monday, so like, why should I be excited about the Mythic Championship? I don't get it. Alright, so get to time wipe here. And then next turn we get to go Kenrith gain 10, so please don't 9 me. That's rude. Hey, thanks for the command, Hider. I appreciate you. Yeah, the only incentive to watch the Mythic Championship is to watch for the people playing, which is fine. I just, was hoping we would get to, see sweet decks that I would get to play here on stream. And, that's just not the case, right? which feels bad. What if I did this and killed your board and gained 5 life? How would that make you feel? Mobile on Android doesn't show rewards to bump decks. Maybe it only shows the option. Maybe it only shows the default Twitch ones. Maybe it only shows ones you have points for. How do you bump a deck with shillings? Well, there's an interface there. So when you accrue enough points, you click it, and it's going to ask you what deck you want to bump. You're presuming most of them will be significantly affected by the possible ban. Not well, and this is why metagames are complicated. Is it's not even just about the decks that get banned out of the format. It's also about the other decks that exist that need to adjust how they're built because they're no longer built reasonably because of the cards that are now legal or no longer legal. Reed Duke's playing in the Mythic Championship. He's in the MPL. Not sure how good of an idea this would be, but if I could bump a deck using shillings, I would totally do it. You can bump a deck using shillings. It is an incredibly large amount of shillings, so I don't cause inflation in the deck queue. But there is an option to bump decks by 1 point, 5 point, and 10 points. As until Mythgard has definitely claimed some of my sleep, Benzie. It's definitely not been perfect for my sleep. Opponent decides they are not beating King Kenny. It is 10,000 shillings to bump a deck by 1 point, 30,000 shillings to bump a deck by 5 points, and 50,000 to bump a deck by 10 points. And those numbers are subject to change with those numbers are subject to change after a month or two. I think we're gonna pilot it at a month and see how much it impacts the deck queue. I need to balance it between like making sure people are sending an actual dollar still get their values worth out of their dollars. Shillings have no cash value. Please see terms and conditions attached. I don't have an option to add decks to the queue using shillings currently. I might add that depending on how bumping goes, but I'm not sure what rate that would need to be because it technically just letting people bump things. Technically letting people bump things doesn't create more work for me. It just changes the order around a little bit. Ergo, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Shilling was our currency before the euro. We're an old-timey mining community. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. Our deck's got a decent number of lands in it. Perfect. Never didn't have it. Subs always get 2x shillings. So subs accrue the bonus at a 2x rate. Morning, J Riot. This could be like a Fire's Mirror. Narset static text doesn't really matter against us. It technically like only impacts Kenrith. Is in fact a Fire's Mirror. Oh, it impacts Teferi. That's fair.
My prowess is on that. Keep an open mind.
Oh, I already have a sweeper, so I guess I'll take another Teferi even if it's not that good. Wizards employees have a special color around their name.
Hone your prowess.
I do have to manually update bumps from shillings. Nothing in the deck queue is automated. Yeah, bouncing fires will slow them down, so that's nice. If we hit an untapped land next turn, we're gonna be in a good spot.
With thoughtfulness before action.
Sorry I'm late. Oh, I've done the hero thing.
So we don't get to draw a card, but that's fine. Yeah, I agree, Miku. I think it's going to be a net positive for the channel. I'm interested to see what the overall impact is. I was excited to get into their beta, though. Would like to hit another land next turn so we can Sarkhan. If we miss on a land for the turn, we can draw in from Dreams.
Will resonate throughout the multiverse.
We will.
Really? Okay. Alright, so let's do this and find a land. And probably drawn from Dreams. And then I can go land drop, Sarkhan, plus Sarkhan, kill your Nicol Bolas.
We begin.
I was not aware I was this close to 2 years. Time flies, but not fast enough for Teferi to rotate out. Amen. Ain't that the truth?
I won't forget our time.
Thanks for keeping me around, Fox. Yeah, I agree, Hyder. And the points on the bumping decks are scaled to encourage people to save them. So I did a 1-point option, a 5-point option, and a 10-point option, and the best value is the 10-point option.
I need some Kenrith. You look flammable enough.
Are they gonna trade this for my Sarkhan? Greetings, chat. I am but a lowly pleb. I will use my shillings to request the time as I get ready for work. Excellent. Hey, thanks for 17 months, Jack. So everybody that showed up this morning got a bonus set of shillings because you get shillings for following the channel, and they retroactively gave everyone who's following a channel the 300 for following.
The wind whispers. All
You also accrue extra points for watching every day. So if you watch multiple days in a row, I'm gonna need a timeout myself. We got you. We aim to please. It's the new Bitcoin, something like that. I think I'm in for these, right? Highlighting a message for fun and profit. Excellent. So, Narset says I can't draw Pele. So I can cantrip this on their turn, but I can't draw 2 on my turn, so it doesn't matter. The highlighted messages are not highlighted on the overlay. They're highlighted in my Twitch chat, though. I agree, Keen. It'll give the mods some more to play with. Some of the mods were sad when we turned into sub-only modes. This is like a mix, right? The shillings do not translate into any actual money. They're just an incentive for people to show up, basically. So it can kind of translate to more money because ad revenue is technically non-zero, but it's mostly just a means of engagement. Hey, Crop Stumbler. Good to have you here. Yeah, using the F2K code and going through my link is definitely helpful if you're gonna use the displayed stuff.
When you understand the reality, you understand
So you are in fact all my shills now. That is exactly correct. Aha! Now they can only play spells on their turn. Oh, wait. Awkward. Now this is, yeah. Fires of Invention is great. Teferi, like, forcefully makes people play Hearthstone. Fires of Invention lets people volunteer to play Hearthstone. It won't let me flex and highlight my cheer. Wow. Wow, that's just rude. It won't let you highlight cheers. Get it together. They really need to get it together. Alright, so we're gonna kill both their planeswalkers here, which seems good for us. I get to make a 1/1. And like Teferi bounces this. This is gonna let this murder something again, but I think that's fine. I think I want to take both of these out of play. Yeah, you didn't have to play Hearthstone, you got to play Hearthstone, exactly. Kill you, kill you. I think we're just gonna play a 7/7 here. Alright, we got some options. Realm-Cloaked Giant for free. Thank you. Yeah, so you passively collect the shilling points just for watching, but you also get a bonus if you engage with it actively. So you get the bonus that you get for engaging is on top of the passive amount. Look, Mom, I'm a Dr. Hoagland shill. Good morning, Eddie. I'm excited to be the rat in this particular Skinner box. Hey, thanks for the excess biddies, Mr. One. I appreciate it. Theater mode is good. If you haven't used theater mode before, that's usually how I watch Twitch personally. This will be the most amazing message I ever sent. It's pretty great. I don't know. As someone who has like morals and stuff, I don't really. The gameplay in the Riot card game seems fine. I don't know how I feel about playing a card game that's made by Riot though. Like as someone who took pause with Blizzard, like bending knee to the great nation of China, like. Riot is like wholly a Chinese company. Can non-subs get timeouts too? They definitely can. Definitely can. I'm testing the new Cavalcade deck tonight in Modern at my local F&M. It feels disgusting. Expected. Okay, maybe. Maybe I'd be surprised if that's better than Burn. No Goblin Guide, like... You cannot. So channel currency is specific to the channel. So you can only accrue the channel points for this channel while you are on this channel.
Warrior Queen Necromancer has a nice ring to it.
Oh, look at that. We died. There are other channels. Yeah, on top of being a Chinese ownership, right? Also has a history of not having a great workplace environment. So something to think about here, and this is again, you want to kind of think about your matchups. Okay, yeah, I get timed out even if I don't chat. Of course you can. Here's the 3 months of great content. Thanks for the 3 months, Eddie. Good morning. So we were talking about when we were sideboarding earlier against the aggro deck that it felt like we had too many cards to bring in against aggro. And here I'm looking at this control matchup and I don't really have enough cards to bring in here, right? Like none of these cards in my sideboard right now are stellar. Like not even Bonecrusher Giant's that good to bring in here. I guess I keep Realm-Cloaked Giant as like a backup reset and a 7/7 for 7, but I definitely think somewhere between like 3 and 4 of these cards in the sideboard that are for the aggressive matchup should probably be switched to things that can like replace these Deafening Clarions here. Can you multi-twitch to earn points on both channels? I don't know. I think multi-twitch would let you accrue points because it lets you're logged in. I believe you earn points anytime you're logged in and watching. But I don't know that with certainty. I would also like some baptism by timeout. Excellent. The claim extra shillings button. Oh, I played the wrong land. Yikes, that's actually a big deal. Awkward, because this is tap. I should have played this, and then I could do this into this, and then this into fires. Okay, perfect. That'll do, pig. Yeah, I think I'm in for Sarkhan. That feeling when you asked for 4,200 timeout, but the streamer only times you out for 600. How can I enjoy being timed out if it runs out before I can type again? Apologies. Are we about to lose our fires? I think we're about to lose our fires. Oh, they took Sarkhan, sure. That's probably smarter, take our actual win condition. Instead of the card that doesn't accomplish much. Shillings are tied to your account, so I assume you can't gain double.
A dragon would rather die than lose.
When I get Chandra down, just get a bunch of planeswalkers going. Should XP any changes to Teamer Rail if there's a ban list this weekend? I'm not sure what Teamer Rail refers to, Castiel. Do you mean Teamer Oko?
No problem fire can't solve. I know just the trick for this.
Do you mean the Teamer Planeswalker deck? I think there's a real chance that if they ban stuff this weekend, they ban, I think there's a chance they ban 1-mana accelerants, which would fundamentally change that deck. So I think there's a possibility that deck could look very different. Well, they didn't do anything with this last turn, so let's just Teferi and bounce it. Chandra alt is not stellar with fires. You're not wrong. Oh, you know what? I should have played this, because then I could make creatures with this next turn. So a lot of the decks that we play are viewer submitted deck lists, and outside of like the couple of random thoughts I give at the end, I don't spend a ton of time on every individual deck. I would be incredibly surprised if they banned a Planeswalker from their latest set. I would be very, very surprised if they banned a card that was a cornerstone of their latest set. Oko is selling a lot of booster packs. Maybe I'm supposed to just kill their fires there? I don't know. Could go either way on that.
I have other schemes to attend to.
I do think that banning only Field of the Dead would be a mistake. If it was up to me, I would ban nothing, or I would ban 4 cards. I would ban Field, Grazer, Goose, and Teferi Time Raveler. I miss blessing the Teferi. Definitely did. It's gonna be okay. Oh, I could have hit with this. Yeah, it is all creatures, right?
No servitude.
It's a good call. We don't restrict cards in Magic the Gathering. Outside of Vintage, we don't do restricted lists.
Let's try this.
I'm the best fire starter there is. This is just gonna be bad for you.
Restricted lists are confusing, and they just create higher variance gameplay. They don't create better gameplay.
Wipe your bloodline from existence.
It's like, actually don't have anything else to do here with my second spell. I guess I could have drawn a card. Yeah, maybe I should draw a card to try and hit a spell there. Banning Once Upon a Time doesn't actually solve anything. It just makes the problems higher variance. I would ban Field of the Dead, Arboreal Grazer, Goose, and Teferi. I think Goose and Grazer are actually some of the biggest problems in this format. One mana acceleration is bad card design and creates lots of problems. Alright, didn't get Elder Spelled, 1. Yeah, the Elder Spelled us game 1, which was real tough. Not a good scene for us. Yeah, they need to stop printing 1-mana accelerants, I agree. Ideally, just shouldn't be something that happens anymore. Hey, look. The two lands I wanted on top of my deck. I'm gonna bottom the second fires here. Just give myself the best chance at 5 lands by turn 5. I don't know. I hope WotC gets it together. Like, when they first announced the play design team, I was really excited. And, like, we had one really good standard format. And then, like, standard fell off really hard, really fast. I don't know if I would hit Field of the Dead, but would hit Krasis, Fail, Teferi, and one of the 1-mana accelerants. Now you can time me out. Oh, they drew Thought Erasure. That sucks. I guess they could have found it with this, too. I didn't activate her yet. Maybe I should have kept the backup fires. How do I go about getting a Mythgard code? Drop me a direct message. I have an unlimited supply of Mythgard codes for the next 6 days. So if you haven't had a treat code, feel free to drop me a DM here on Twitch or Discord, and I will get back to you sometime today.
Hone your prowess.
That's rude. Is Mythgard free? Mythgard has a free-to-play option. Yes. Just like most games. What does the Mythgard code do? I believe it's good for 10 packs and then some other goodies on top of that. You can only use 1 per account though. If you've already entered a treat code, you can't use a second. $10 packs and some wild cards. Oh, it gives you powers and paths if you're missing them too. That's great.
The immortal Nicole Bolas will be your end. Conceivable. Witness a mote of my power.
Drop me a DM, Dows, and I'll send it to you that way.
Defiance is infuriating.
Man, part of me the cynical, vindictive part of me really hopes that there's an arena crash on the tournament this weekend. Hopefully during a match where people are playing for top 8 or top 4 or whatever. Until they get embarrassed by it at a large stage, they're not really going to address it. The contrast between Mythgard and Arena is like kind of staggering. Like Mythgard, I can literally play Mythgard in my web browser, and Arena barely runs on my 1080 GTX graphics card. It's just like, Now, I spent about a month playing Mythgard before they reached out to sponsor. So, I did a couple of non-sponsored streams just because I was enjoying the game, but I was mostly playing on mobile. Because a lot of, I stream Magic, 30 to 40 hours a week. So, like, when I'm playing games outside of Magic, I generally play on my phone or my tablet. Just to, like, get some different scenery or not be sitting at my desk. I think I'm gonna scry here. And I'm gonna leave red up so that way if we draw Kenrith, we can haste him. Hey, good morning, Escher. On the West Coast, it is early for you. Oh, that's actually perfect, huh? Actually just didn't need to scribe. Hey, Leonad, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The MC does start today. This stream is going to run until the MC starts. Pretty good. Pretty good last couple cards for us. MC is the Mythic Championship. It's the last major tournament before they ban a bunch of stuff on Monday. What's the deal with timeouts this channel? I guess I want mine too. So, way back forever ago, in the early days of Hoaglandia, infamous Okapai, thanks for the good morning. I gotta remember to not say thanks for the support with the highlighted messages. They're technically not support messages. Hey, look, we got combo killed 2 games in a row. Yay, standard. What was I gonna say? So in the early days of Hoaglandia, when we were not in a sub-only chat, I used to aggressively moderate my chat. You do not have to be a sub to get a Mythgard code. Just drop me a DM here on Twitch, and I will send some out later today when I'm done streaming. So, in most large Twitch chats, even small Twitch chats, can be a total cesspool because people hiding behind online usernames are obnoxious. Thanks for the 2 months, PS. So, in order to make that not be the case here, I've always aggressively moderated my chat. And there were a lot of people who get really upset when you give them a 10-minute timeout. So the subs here, the regulars, to like show that getting a 10-minute timeout wasn't a big deal, started asking for complimentary timeouts as a way to make fun of the people who acted like their fundamental human rights had been violated because they got timed out for 10 minutes. And it's a meme that's lasted past sub-only mode. Morning, Marcus. Sure, I guess. Mana's real awkward, though. What am I playing today at the MC? I don't play in Mythic Championships. I missed an invite to the Mythic Championship on Tiebreakers. Meatwad, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And Wizards of the Coast gave out special invites to some of the people who missed on Tiebreakers, but believe it or not, I was not one of them. So, to Wizards' credit, they're actually renaming the Mythic Championships to Mythic Invitationals next year. So, next year, the events will be differentiated a little bit. There will be Mythic Invitationals and then Players Tour events will be the distinction. I am supportive and positive when Wizards deserves to be supportive and positive. I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's fair to compare Wizards to, like, Blizzard, because, like, Wizards didn't ban me for, like, speaking my mind. They didn't go full Blizzard. You never go full Blizzard, chat. MNN, thanks for doling out some sub gifties. Good morning to you. Yeah, Hasbro's an overlord that doesn't really have a mobile game. So, hey, land's a good draw. Chandra will help me find lands. I feel weird. We turned on sub-only mode. I still remember the kids on stream. Sometimes it was fun. We've come a long way. We have come a long way, Kava. It's been a while since we've had the kids on the regular. Business daddy does not appreciate being told when they're wrong. You're not wrong. Thankfully, we're a strong independent child that don't need no business daddy. Man, did people not get the message that these control decks aren't playable while Field of the Dead's legal? Yeah, definitely, Eminem. Any way you send me dollars, you can add points. Those will get added after I'm done streaming today. Today is going to be a short stream. We're going to be going for another 3 hours or so, planning to do 3 standard decks today. We are basically the PBS of Magic Twitch. We are sponsored by viewers like you. The Esper Reanimator deck is the most playable control deck I've found for sure. Can definitely keep up with Field. Ooh. So I have another fire, so we're just gonna bottom that. Perfect. So let's start by plussing this.
Sit back and watch it burn.
Yeah, we'll just do fires into Narset then, since we can only cast her till end of turn. Yep, Overwatch was the only Blizzard game I'd been playing with some consistency, and I also removed it from my games library when Blizzard made their bad decision. Did y'all see they doubled down on their bad decision? And they banned some American players for supporting the Hong Kong protests? Squid Squad, good morning. Thanks for the support, I appreciate it.
This is just gonna be bad for you.
They disable all the webcams in the college series? That's probably smart. That's annoying. This is the second main deck Aethergust. I guess I'm gonna put it on top so I can just redraw it here.
Just the trick for this.
They also canceled the Overwatch Switch release party. I wonder if BlizzCon's gonna have a ton of security. I bet I would have to imagine it's going to. One thing that I do look is funny. There's quite an Aether draft in here today. It's a little gusty.
Such violence is upsetting.
I do find it kind of amusing the people who have been like anti-Blizzard that are now like very in on supporting and promoting this new what's it called game? The new Riot game. Like, if you're someone who was a little bit up in arms over what Blizzard did, you probably should think twice about playing Riot video games.
Feel the heat of my flames.
Riot is a 100% Chinese-owned company. They issued a proactive statement asking their players not to say things. Yeah, thank you, Dorosis, for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So one of the things that's kind of sweet there, you'll notice I used my Teferi to bounce my own fires when it was no longer very useful. I did get to name the stream currency. So Shillings was a Hoagland innovation. So that was very much intentional. I didn't put the Drake on the bottom. Fair. Punted. And they're playing Hearthstone, so they're dead here, obviously. Again, we're playing a control match, and again, I don't really have enough cards in my sideboard to bring in for a control matchup. Prison Realm, Narset, and Bonecrusher are like, okay. Wish I had something better than this. No, that was game one. We got main deck Elder Spelled last match, and we got main deck Aether Gusted this match. It's been a rough day for this deck list. I feel like similar to the last time we played this Walker variation, I think I greatly prefer the Jeskai Fire builds that are playing the Cavaliers. By the power of Shillings, I hereby request a complimentary timeout. We got you. We got you. Trade your Shillings for timeouts, non-subs. We aim to please. For people interested, you can link it here if you want, Sunshine. Actions speak louder than words, though. So, like, any apology Blizzard posted is not real. Their actions say otherwise. I like how Blizzard like bold-faced lied to people too, and they're like, we didn't make this decision because of the Chinese government. It's like, yeah, I bet. How stupid do you think we are? The peasants are revolting, yep. Well, you know, Magic's an incredibly low variance game, all that jazz, etc. Maintain the only reason these fire decks see play is because it's a sweet card, but most decks that use it have better options. Yeah, the Grixis fires, like the last deck we played against, and this fires deck really feel like they're not really leveraging the strength of this card. And I feel like they'd probably would be better off just not playing fires a lot of the time. Whereas like the Cavalier deck uses like a combo piece in a really elegant way. Good morning, Trash. Grixis just eats fires because its mana is terrible. Good morning, Snapkeep. I've not seen... A couple other people mentioned a Mardu one. I've not seen that variation. Not played against that yet myself. As you will. Hopefully they name fires and I get to draw a card. Sweet. Please draw me a land. My love of Standard has been rekindled by Embercleave. Embercleave is a heck of a drug. The Mardu Knights deck we played yesterday was super sweet. What would you recommend playing in next week's MTG? Well, so we don't know. We can't, I don't have an answer to you because there's a ban list up. There's an emergency ban list update happening on Monday. So like I don't know what I'm supposed to test for next week because I won't know until they post what the ban list changes are. It's really frustrating. They gave us 2 draws and we still missed our land. What a tilt. Hey, GM Spoon, thanks for the ad biddies. Alright, so we're not going to play anything here because we want this Doom Foretold to go away. It isn't an emergency ban list update. They scheduled it a whole week in advance, right? That's the narrative they're going to want to push, I would bet. I'm just waiting for the emergency ban list. No changes, never mind. Honestly, I'd be okay with that. I just like not knowing is the part that sucks, right? Like if I wanted to spend time this weekend testing decks for the Mythic Championship qualifier next weekend, I just literally can't do that because I don't know what the format looks like, which sucks. Oh. Modern submissions are going to be a premium until the queue gets back down moving forward. They're going to be $50 for the foreseeable future. As a heads up for people who are fans of modern content, starting next week, I am going to be reducing my modern volume until modern adjusts itself. So starting next week, I'm going to be doing 3 days of modern per week. So the problem, Esteban, and this is the thing a lot of people don't seem to get, is there are decks I could work on that very likely are not going to get anything banned from them, but what cards those decks play are going to change based on what decks are legal. Like a lot of these decks are built with specific decks they're attacking in mind, and when those decks get banned, how you're boarding is going to change. What cards you're playing are going to change. Nah, pauper content is not very popular. We did a test pilot of doing pauper content in the past, and it's just not, it just doesn't. It's just not very interesting. I don't find the format very engaging personally, and not a lot of people are interested in watching it, based on my experience. I am not planning to rebroadcast the MCQ. I don't even know that I'm going to watch the MCQ or the Mythic Championship. I'm going to host the Magic channel on my channel. So if you want to chat with other people from Hoaglandia about the MC, you can watch it. But most of my excitement for watching this tournament died when they announced that the format was dead. Hey, enjoy, Meckles. Yeah, like... Look at that. We have a command. There's a command for that. Arena does not have pauper. Well, Arena technically has an Arena pauper format, but it's not really officially supported. Yeah, the opponent's playing Esper Dance. That is accurate. Yeah, the one of the biggest problems with pauper in my experience is that it's super grindy, so it makes for pretty dry content. And then on top of that, it's being played on Magic Online, so it's like a grindy format on a client that's like slow as all get out. Which is not a stellar mix. Crack this to start, see what we get. Yeah, even a lot of people who are like super pro Pauper, from my understanding, like aren't really enjoying Astrolab. Moto is the Internet Explorer of games. Yep, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
This was overwhelming.
Hey, Zaran, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Am I doing this? I think I'm just doing this. MTGO isn't... It's good at making people want to download other games, though. So in a roundabout way. Cool Stuff Inc. I have a discount code for Jeff5. I'll get you 5% off of orders there. If you're looking for paper cards and want to support my content, send some business their way. CoolStuffInc.com. That's unfortunate. I think we're just Ugining this. Yeah, like I could just like feed it a bunch, but that doesn't seem particularly exciting.
The focus and discipline encounter no obstacles. Hone your prowess.
That's a good one.
What know you of dragons?
They won't tell us when the ban list goes into effect. So like here's the thing that convinced me I wasn't really interested in watching the Mythic Championship. I asked on Twitter, where is it? I asked on Twitter, if changes happen on Monday, will they impact the MCQ? And they won't give me an answer. Like I asked it, I clarified and asked again. So I can only assume that if they're not clarifying this, that means 1, there's going to be changes, and 2, they're going to impact the MCQ. Because if they weren't intending for those changes to impact the MCQ, they would just say it. I did not say anything about announcing historic stuff. It's not those are not words that came out of my mouth. Yeah, the MCQ is next weekend. Yes, ban list changes this close to a major tournament are weird and frustrating. I would be very surprised if they ban Oko. People who think they're going to ban Oko, I feel like don't understand how Wizards of the Coast makes money. They don't make money by banning cards in their latest set. Brozu, thank you for the 2 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Yeah, I agree, Population Zero. They're responding, acting like this change is normal, and this change is not normal. How fast did they ban Rampaging Frostodons? It took them over a week.
Sit back and watch it burn.
But that was also on a scheduled change. Again, acting like there's precedent for what they're doing here is ignorant and it's dishonest. It's intellectually dishonest or ignorant, whichever you want to call it. because this is an emergency ban list update is different than anything they've done in the past, and that's what this is. This is an out-of-cycle ban list update that's effectively an emergency update. Losing my Sarkhan to a Chandra plus there feels real bad. They named Teferi Time Raveler. I guess that makes sense. If they name anything else, Time Raveler just bounces their thing.
There's no problem fire can't solve.
They banned Ferostodon at the same time they banned a bunch of other stuff. Well, that sucks. We're out of cards, apparently. Yeah, I'm gonna keep drawing from dreams. I'm gonna play another 4-3 out here. We're just looking for a Sarkhan at this point, right? The last time we played a Fires Planeswalker, we're out of Sarkhans? I don't know how we actually closed this game out at this point. We're basically out of meaningful win conditions. If we're gonna see Akaya's Wrath here. Thought, sure. Can you mill them with Kenrith? No. Oh, I can get... Oh, Kenny can't return creatures in this deck. That's awkward. There's only 13 cards left in my deck. So maybe I should stop drawing cards. Maybe. Hugelbucks, yeah, channel currency is the proper term. You shut that mouth and draw those cards. You'll draw the cards and you'll like it. All right, so if I do this and they don't have a response, they're dead. Because I can do this. And this is 7, 12, 20, and then Chandra's ult kills them. Look at that. We'll draw cards and kill them simultaneously. Oh no, it kills them first. Wow, I don't even get to draw my 7 cards. What a tilt. What a tilt. Didn't even get to draw my cards. How incredibly disappointing. How many shillings do I need to do stuff? If you click on the button, it should tell you. Sure. Oh, client lag. Oh, client lag. Do, 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 do. Think I'm in for both of these. Sounds good. I clicked on something and made 100 shillings. Yeah, it's free. Who doesn't love free stuff, really? Yeah, free stuff. The cat came back the very next day. Oh, the cat came back. Do 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 do. In for Clarion. Gotta flex that highlight so I can get a timeout. We got you, Zero. Any plans to something similar with your kids? I don't think involving my kids in the rewards is a good idea. I think that'd probably be less than stellar parenting. So, I generally don't do channel raids here. Because, when you do a channel raid, it changes the URLs in everybody's web browsers. And I know I have people that leave my channel open all the time, and making them tab back to my channel is not ideal. Yeah, hosts and raids are technically different. A raid basically pushes people from my channel into another channel. That was a good draw. Yeah, I agree, PS. I think the current standard format is far less oppressed than when Esper was around. We get to crack our Witching Well here for 2 cards this turn. It looks like you're still sub, just Lucky. Unless you just re-upped. Yeah, I agree. I'm interested. If there are Golos mirrors on camera before, like, top 16, they've truly failed in their job. They should do their best to make sure Golos mirrors aren't the focus of the stream. They have a lot of great players and a lot of great matches they could pick from. They better not be showing Golos mirrors. So basically, I'm excited to tweet at what a bad feature match pick it was when they inevitably put a Golos mirror on in round 1 or 2, because that's how this works. Because I've watched their coverage before, and that's definitely going to happen. Joke's on you, I don't have bits to drill, opponent. Man, we're just gonna die to this card, aren't we? And just, like, can't close the game out. The MC starts today. Yeah, there's Once Upon a Times in the deck list. I'll delete the deck list in the queue. You'll have to be left to wonder in the imagination. We're gonna be playing close to the same list we played last time. You think people come to watch decks or they come to watch the players? It's a little bit of both, but in my experience, being interested in watching the decks tends to be more important than watching the players most of the time. Kingdoms are not legendary because legendary lands create immense feel-bad moments that Wizards doesn't want to have happen. I am not going to recast the MC. I'm going to host it, but I'm not spending my time recasting it. If they hadn't decided to make their format a dead format, I would have recast it, but... What's the conversion rate between shillings and Hoogle bucks? 10,000 shillings lets you bump a deck by 1 point in the queue. Hey, thanks for the 15 months, Liquid. it's a little bit better than that because you can cash in 50,000 points for a 10-point bump. But yeah, approximately like 10,000 to 1. Not quite Mad Lab, but you can join in the fun. How many Stanley nickels do a shilling? No, we're just dead. I think I'm kind of off this deck. I'm gonna call it a day here. Roll on to some aristocrats. Yeah, this build felt pretty middling. I think in general I greatly prefer the Cavalier builds of these Jeskai Firewalkers or Jeskai Fires decks, and I think this build specifically of the Jeskai Firewalkers deck, I felt a little bit middling. The previous build we played was playing a little bit more lands. It was playing a Wish package, and I really liked the Wish package compared to what this build was doing. I think even if I wasn't going to have a Wish package, the sideboard in this build was pretty off. There's too many cards for the aggro matchups and not nearly enough cards for the control matchups with how the ins and outs line up right now. So if I was dead set on playing this, I would at least adjust that. But if I was going to play Fires of Invention and Jeskai Shell, I would definitely recommend playing the 8 Cavalier configuration over this. All right, coming up next, we are going to play some more Once Upon a Cat here, which is red-black aristocrats splashing for Once Upon a Time, because this deck card is really messed up. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and run a quick ad break. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. Don't go anywhere. We're going to got few more hours of Magic before we're done yet.